There's been many core events in the history of Geometry Dash that have warped the game to what it is today, with many of these events still being talked about. But there's one thing that makes the timeline of such a simple game very odd, that being how a surprising amount of these core events actually repeated themselves throughout history, like the extremely hard level Tidal Wave. This was a solo extreme demon level created and published by OniLink and ultimately verified by Zoink after being chosen as the verifier. But this is not the weird part, as on August 13th, 2023, when Zoink was attempting to verify the level with a best run of 52%, he was about to verify the level, but instead, this happened.
No! 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 I can't believe it.
Ultimately, Zoink became the first person to fall for the curse and die on 95% on Tidal Wave. Then, 7 months later on March 2nd, 2024, when the level was already verified, W Popoff was attempting to beat the level, and with his best run at the time being 61%, he was on track to achieve the greatest fluke in his Geometry Dash career.
Don't look at my screen share.
Bro, I swear to S in you best.
No.
No, no.
You're lying.
No.
Ultimately, W Popoff failed to beat the level at the very last input, causing the second person to fail at 95% on this level, and only 2 days later, on March 4th, 2024, the player Trick would also be attempting to beat the level with his best run being at 56%, but would fall for the curse and ultimately become the third person to die at 95% on Tidal Wave.
No! 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 Oh my gosh! No! What? No! There's no way! No! I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't breathe.
But this is only 1 out of 4 times when Geometry Dash history seemed to repeat itself, with each topic being a rarer and rarer occurrence. Like that one time with the top 3 pointer crate extreme demon list, and when it seemingly consisted of primarily red, green, and blue level in 2017. The red level was a mega collaboration that started in 2015. The idea to create this level originally came from a Geostorm member in November of 2015, which is simply a clan that features many skilled players and creators. It was intended to be a new bloodbath, which was an extremely popular level back in the day. The players Wreckage and Riot proposed the idea of this level, and Viprin hosted the mega collaboration moving forward, creating something truly iconic. Yatagarasu was officially announced in mid-December 2015 when Riot let the creators upload their parts of the level to YouTube, with Michigan and Funny Games parts being the first to surface. But since not all parts of the level were uploaded, this made the level extremely hyped and mysterious back in the day. But eventually, the level was finished in 2016 and was verified by a player named Trusta on January 13th, 2017, being featured and placed at the #1 spot on the demon list on January 14th, just above Blue level, which was in 2nd place. Sonic Wave was an extreme demon that was initially created, hack verified, and published by Cyclic on June 21st, 2015. It was a clear remake of the level 9 Circles with a blue theme. Sonic Wave was considered to be one of the most difficult levels at its time, but since the level was hack verified, it wasn't on the demon list until the player Sunix beat it on November 25th, 2016, and it was placed on the demon list in the #1 spot right above Artificial Ascent, but the green level from the top 3 is still missing. It's obviously not Artificial Ascent, so what is it? Only another couple months later, 2 players named Rustom and Ilrel created an extreme demon that was verified and published by Boldstep on March 19th, 2017, called Erebus. The reason this level is green out of all colors is because it was designed around the idea of a radioactive facility, and inevitably, this level was placed on the demon list on March 23rd, 2017 in the #3 spot, creating a rare set of top 3 levels where each one was a different color, creating a red, green, and blue color palette. But even though this is an incredibly rare occurrence in Geometry Dash where the stars have to perfectly align, it's actually not the first time it would happen. In fact, it happened again only 4 years later with 3 completely different levels. The first of these levels would be Tartarus, which went from being a 1.9 impossible level called Silent Akbar to a mega collaboration created and hosted by Riot. The level was designed to be almost humanly impossible, and so it was openly hack verified by Riot to challenge the community to see if anyone could actually verify it. And surprisingly, 3 players, Malsey, Dolphy, and Metaman RB, made significant progress on the level, ultimately being verified and published by Dolphy on January 6th, 2020, being the red level out of the top 3. 3 months later, an Extreme Demon mega collaboration would be hosted by a player named Bo and Electro.
I verified the golden, let's go.
This was the golden, and it was ultimately published by Bo and later verified by nswish on April 17th, 2020. The reason this level was actually green and not yellow like the name would suggest is because it was a remake of an insane demon level called El Dorado, which was a green themed level. Over a year later, another mega collaboration level would be hosted by Zimnite and Riot, created by a clan called AP Team. This level was later verified by Zanny, and it was a super buffed remake of the level Sonic Wave, fittingly named Sonic Wave Infinity. It was placed in the number 3 spot on the demon list on June 29th, 2021, creating another once in a lifetime moment on the demon list where the top 3 levels were each a different color, creating a red, green, and blue color palette for the second time in Geometry Dash history. But another thing in Geometry Dash history that seems to repeat itself is how many top 1 demons are notably hack verified and stayed on the servers even after being confirmed to be hack verified. There's been 5 instances of this, starting off with the earliest example, which is Ice Carbon Diablo X. This level doesn't have much known backstory behind it, but it's simply a solo insane demon created by Roadbows who hack verified it on May 20th, 2014. It's the 3rd and final installment of the Ice Carbon series, which was fully created by Roadbows after Ice Carbon Zust and Ice Carbon Chaos. The level was considered to match the difficulty of Cataclysm at the time, which is actually the second hack verified top 1 on this list, coming out on January 2nd, 2015. It was also a solo level created by GG Boy. Much more information is known about the backstory of Cataclysm compared to Ice Carbon Diablo X, and it had previews uploaded by GG Boy before it was even published. Allegedly, GG Boy had over 80,000 attempts on the level before resorting to hack verifying it. And even though Roadbows and GG Boy are praised for their creations, even after hack verifying them, the player Auroras is a completely different story. He was the hack verifier for an Extreme Demon collaboration by Xenity, Brazil, and Gylo, making this the first ever hack verified top 1 demon collaboration, as it was published on November 5th, 2016. This level was Athanatos. However, the reason Auroras was so controversial was because he accused the top player at the time, Sunix, for using an auto-clicker on the level Sonic Wave, and many other accusations directly towards Sunix and his achievements. And so he was pointed at and perceived as a community bully and a hypocrite for accusing other players for hacking levels, even though he himself hack verified levels like Athanatos, creating the 3rd ever hack verified top 1 level. But someone who is more known than Auroras and now actually liked by the community is Xander, who is the hack verifier for the 4th hacked top 1 demon, which is Zodiac. This level was published on January 28th, 2019, and is the first hack verified top 1 mega collaboration in the game. After the level was beaten legit by Technical in April of 2019, Xander finally came clean to hack verifying it 2 months later on June 11th, and the community respected his honesty. But someone that never came clean to anything until he was caught is SpaceUK, who caused the 5th and final hack verified top 1 extreme demon, Slaughterhouse. This level was a mega collaboration started by Ice Dave and published on October 24th, 2021. It was considered to be verified legit by SpaceUK until April of 2023, when the truth about him hacking came out, making it the 5th and final hacked top 1 that has happened in the history of Geometry Dash. But this final case is probably the most interesting and best example of Geometry Dash history repeating itself, this being the 2 most iconic rivalries in Geometry Dash. Back in 2014, a South Korean player named Cyclic would upload his first bit of Geometry Dash content, starting off with simple completions like the level Super Cycles. He would upload content under several different aliases like GW Frozen, and was an avid star grinder in the game too. However, on the other side of the planet, an American player named Riot would also start uploading his first bit of Geometry Dash content the same way Cyclic did, but Riot took it a step further by beating levels that were considered to be the hardest at the time, like Deadly Clubstick and Astronaut 13. Then, on January 2nd, 2015, GG Boy would publish a level that would change the trajectory of the hardest levels in Geometry Dash. Very quickly, Cyclic took it upon himself to beat the level Cataclysm, and on April 28th, 2015, he uploaded a video of his stream where he finally beat the level while in a race with Gyron, Sandstorm, and the person rivaling him, Riot. And only 1 month later, on May 20th, 2015, Riot would become the 4th victor of Cataclysm just behind Cyclic, Gyron, and Sandstorm. But out of nowhere, a level was presented to Riot and was thought to be even harder than Cataclysm, and so he decided to go for the level Ice Carbon Diablo X, as after Cyclic beat Cataclysm, all the attention from the community went towards him. And after finally beating Ice Carbon Diablo X on May 23rd, 2015, this would lead all the attention from Cyclic to Riot, ultimately being the start of their rivalry. The friendly rivalry between the two would last from May 23rd, 2015 to March 5th, 2016, with Riot and Cyclic completing tough demons like Cyclic being ultrasonic and Riot being rearmed. But the focus would really shift towards Riot when he hosted the mega collaboration for Bloodbath. He started by showcasing previews in June of 2015, and in the same month that the level was previewed, Riot already started making progress on the level, getting 48% on June 26th, and steady progress towards 65% on August 3rd. And only 3 days later on August 6th, he would get a devastating 90% and later an even more soul-crushing fail. Riot was only 6% away from completing the level, and this caused him to nerf the click that took the run away from him. But only 4 days later, on August 12, 2015, Riot would make Geometry Dash history by becoming the first player to ever fully verify the hardest level of Geometry Dash.
Oh my god!
After over 25,000 attempts, Riot finally beat Bloodbath. But while all of this was happening, Cyclic was busy with another extremely hard level called Sonic Wave, which was initially created to rival Poltergeist by Andromeda and was supposed to be the hardest 9 Circles remake to date. But when Cyclic was caught in a huge hacking scandal, he decided to delete the first version of Sonic Wave that was uploaded on the servers on June 21st, 2015, and after hearing about Bloodbath potentially being the hardest level in the game, he had to super buff Sonic Wave to rival Bloodbath, when his initial goal was meant to rival the level Poltergeist, eventually uploading the dark blue super buffed version on July 20th, 2015. Many people debated whether Sonic Wave was verified legit or not by Cyclic. After all of this went down, Cyclic decided to quit the game in September due to Skull, but only a few months later in November, Cyclic came back to Geometry Dash and started beating more extreme demons like a Bizarre Phantasm and Fake a Doom. All while Riot was slowly playing less and less, with the only video of him attempting any hard levels being the Hell Factory since Bloodbath. But unbeknownst to him, Cyclic would come out with a very surprising message to Riot, with his reaction being recorded live.
Please make an exposing video or upload on the forums that every level on my YouTube channel was either hacked or cut. The stream that I have made were all pre-recorded. I am going to delete everything related to GD, including the Skype account. Bye.
No, dude, I really don't feel like this is real. There's no fucking way he actually. He has to be just doing this to fuck himself. I don't believe that this is actually real.
He deleted his channel.
What? Right now? What the fuck?
He deleted his channel.
What the hell, bro?
Yeah, his channel was closed and is no longer available.
You gotta do an exposing.
Dude, I really don't understand.
This is
fucking
surprise.
crazy. No, it cannot be real. I've been competing with a hacker the whole time.
And so these two legends faded away as players of Geometry Dash, and new skilled players came and went throughout the years, accomplishing crazy new feats.
I did the aqua! I did the aqua! Yes!
One of these new top players was SpaceUK, who started uploading Geometry Dash content in August of 2020, completing insanely hard levels early on in his Geometry Dash career and popularizing the concept of jumping, which is the idea of when someone goes from a way easier difficulty level to a much harder one. And so he did exactly that by jumping from a level called Windy Landscape to Wasireta, from an insane demon to a top 20 extreme demon at the time. He would then go on to complete the Golden just a week later, which was considered to be a top 1 extreme demon at the time, clearly showing SpaceUK was improving extremely fast, or something else was happening under the surface. Inevitably, SpaceUK would join the race to verify Slaughterhouse, and only a week later he would verify it on October 24th, 2021. He would proceed to dominate the entire demon list, beating every main list level on May 7th, 2022, being the second player to do so after Enswish. Space would also become the first victor of top demons like Abyss of Darkness and Acheron, and even claimed to have the lowest attempt count on Kiauki Doggy with around 13,500 attempts, solidifying Space as one of the best players the game has ever seen. While all of this was happening, another player started uploading Geometry Dash content in December of 2020. He had a way slower increase in skill, but still showed off with his early runs of 55 to 94% on Sonic Wave and 50% on Zodiac. This player was Zoink, and his ultimate breakthrough would be an incredible jump from beating Bloodbath to Zodiac in only 40,000 attempts on October 25th, 2021. After beating Zodiac, Zoink would go on to beat the levels WoW, Deimos,
I beat Deimos by its hybrid, Fluke from 78,
Cold Sweat, Calculator Core, and Bloodlust, all within a span of only 3 months. With this newfound skill, Zoink became the second victor of Slaughterhouse on April 12th of 2022, just behind another player called Doggy. Now that Zoink was seen as a top player, he decided to join the open verification race for Acheron after the original verifier Wolves dropped the level. Zoink would only use this as an opportunity to show the community how much of a madman he really was, and decided to buff the level even more, ultimately verifying it 4 months later, even further solidifying Zoink as one of the best players the game has ever seen. Both SpaceUK and Zoink would indirectly have a rivalry between each other, as they were considered to be the 2 best players throughout their Geometry Dash career, becoming notorious for being the fastest players at beating extreme demons. As they would overrun the game with their skill, one video uploaded to YouTube on April 25th, 2023 would change the course of their rivalry completely, shocking the entire Geometry Dash community. It was already suspected before that SpaceUK could be hacking by Colo 2 years prior, but this was the nail in the coffin, and Space had been exposed for hacking every single completion that he did after his 96% death on the Golden. And just like how the Riot and Cyclic rivalry ended with Riot being the victor by default since Cyclic hacked everything, Zoink was now the victor by default in the second ever rivalry that consisted of a top 1 player and a hacker. Even though Geometry Dash has seen many events that have coincidentally repeated themselves, the likeliness of seeing another top 1 player versus hacker rivalry or another hacked top 1 extreme demon is super low. But one of these events that could possibly repeat themselves very soon in the future is another top 3 RGB trilogy. With Tidal Wave currently being the top 1 extreme demon and remaining that for almost an entire year, we may see it stay in the top 3 for a while, and with Grief being close to getting verified by Doggy, everyone unanimously agrees it's a top 3 level and it'd be the red level out of the 3, and all that would remain is a green level for the RGB trilogy to align one more time.